Good morning guys, hope you are all doing well. I am your host Anvay Joshi and welcome to AutoIncline.com. It is the channel for people inclined towards cars and their rampant technologies. In today's video, we are going to review the new Tata Safari. Since its inception back in 1998, we have seen the car by its name, the Safari Dicor, the Dicor facelift and the Safari Storm. The Safari Storm's production was discontinued in 2019 and after a span of 1 year, we are finally seeing the legend in its new avatar. So let's see how the car looks from the outside. We'll check out the comfort levels in the inside. We'll see what's underneath its chassis and then we'll go for a thorough drive. At the end, let's talk about the things which I liked and things which need improvement. So without further waiting, let's take a look at the new Safari. Let's start from the front and with these headlights. These are the LED DRLs and indicators, below which are the projector, high beam and the fog light unit. In the center is the Tata's uniformity grille finished in chrome accents, and you can see the car gets a chrome line starting from here and going towards the other side. Below the front grille is another opening underneath which is the ginormous air dam with the hexagonal mesh on it. You can also observe that the skid plate is finished in brushed silver color. So from the front, although the car looks similar to its younger sibling Harrier, but still I have to say it certainly looks muscular. Before moving to the side, you can also observe that the headlights also get some subtle chrome accents on the border as well. Let's move on to the side now. You can see the car gets black claddings below the swage lines and running over these wheel arches. Speaking about the wheels, these are the 18-inch machine alloys with 235/60 rubber around them. From that, let's take a look at the mirrors. These are the electronically folding and adjustable mirrors, and you can observe the car gets LED turn indicators mounted on them as well. Like the front, you also get some subtle chrome accents starting from the bottom of the A-pillar and going towards the back. The things which will differentiate the Safari from the Harrier are much noticeable from the side. Number 1 is the stepped roof. Number 2 is this Safari lettering finished with chrome right here. And number 3 is the glass window right here. Now let's come to the back. You can observe the tail lights are LEDs, and instead of one single line, the Safari gets a 2 red lined LED tail light, which is connected beautifully with this black member running behind the Tata logo. Below the logo and above the number plate is the reverse parking camera, and you get the Safari lettering right here. On the rear bumper, you get the parking sensors as standard for all variants, along with the light reflectors on each sides. Finally, below that, you again get some silver brushed accents around these circular vents which are actually non-functional. Now since we are at the back, let's just open up the boot. The boot space offered in the new Safari is a decent 447 liters. This space is only available when you are not utilizing the rear row seats and when you have folded them, as I am showing in the camera right now. But when these seats are completely up, the space which you get for the rear luggage is literally this small. So no luggage can be mounted when you are utilizing all 3 rows for the passengers. Underneath this load tray, you will find the mechanical jack right here, and the spare tire is actually mounted cleverly underneath this chassis. So overall, in terms of design, the car, has to be said, looks really beautiful and muscular from all the angles, and the name Safari certainly suits the car's styling. Now, as I have reached back to the front, let's open up the engine bay. The new Tata Safari is powered with a 2-liter Cryotech turbocharged diesel engine that makes 170 horsepower and 350 Newton meters of torque. This power is transmitted to the front wheels via either a 6-speed manual gearbox or a 6-speed torque converter automatic. You can observe that the engine is transversely mounted on the front axle, and since it delivers all that power to the front wheels, the drivetrain layout of the Tata Safari is called as front engine front wheel drive. Now we have checked out how beautiful and muscular the car looks from outside. Now let's check the comfort levels of the third row seats, then the middle seats, and then of the front seats. Now starting from the rearmost seats, I have to say the posture which I am getting from these seats is the correct posture, as these seats are comfortable to a short extent. That is because although I am getting some slight amount of legroom and the headroom also being decent, the thigh support which I am getting from these seats is absolute zero. But still, the comfort of these seats, has to be said, is commendable, and Tata has certainly done a good job. I do not feel that claustrophobic here, and I can certainly spend a significant amount of time on long journeys. Let's see what all is offered to the rearmost customers. At my left hand side, you get the 2 USB charging points with the pocket slots, and at my right, I also get the fan control speed for the rearmost AC vents. So now let's check the comfort of the middle row seats. Now I'm seated on these captain seats which you get in the XZ Plus and the XZA Plus variants, and the leg room which I am getting is more than satisfactory, and the headroom is also really nice. The comfort offered by these seats is truly great. The thigh support is really nice. The seats engulf you really nicely as well. But if you feel that the comfort levels are not up to your standards, and if you have less people on board, what you can do is actually turn this lever of the passenger side seat, push the seat forward, and get that extra leg room, due to which the comfort levels are amplified to a complete different level. Now let's hop on the driver's seat, check out the dashboard, and then take a look at some of the feature highlights. Having a seat on the driver's side, I have to say there is not much difference in terms of comfort compared to the middle row seats, but still I would say the driver's seats do engulf you very nicely. And taking a look at the dashboard right now, this dashboard certainly looks premium. There are some hard plastics used basically above these doors right here which you can see, but still the one word that comes into my mind after taking a seat inside and after looking at the dashboard is luxury. You get the beautiful contrasting oyster white accents on the seats with this nice ashwood dashboard which is contrasting well in the interiors. Now, before we take the car out for a spin, let's take a look at some of the feature highlights. The Tata Safari gets features such as 6 airbags, tilt and telescopic steering wheel, 6-way power adjusting driver's seat, multi-drive modes, 8.8-inch touch infotainment system with IRA, 9 JBL speakers, electronic parking brake, and my favorite, the panoramic sunroof. Now we have taken a look at the list of features which the Tata Safari has to offer to its owners. All that is left is for me to press that engine start stop button. The engine is on, and now let's take the Safari out for a thorough drive. So after driving the Safari for some amount of time, I have to say acquaintance is really a strong point of the car. That is because not only you get a commanding visibility of the road, but you also get a great visibility of the engine bonnet. Moreover, the car, despite being so long, that is close to 5 meters, doesn't feel that long at all when you are maneuvering the car. Hence, acquaintance, has to be said, is the strongest point of the new Safari. Now, let's speak about the engine. The 2-liter turbocharged engine is borrowed from the Harrier, and I personally thought since this car is a touch heavier than its sibling, this engine may not be able to deliver that power to you. However, this engine, once you put your foot down, certainly manages to give you that power, and you feel that oomph and punch that you desire for sure. So to demonstrate, let me just put my foot down. It certainly has got that strong punch which you need, and the time required for the engine control unit to deliver that power to you once you put your foot down, has to be said, is really less. The car can be driven in city, eco, and sport mode. Let me just put the car in eco mode.
Economy drive mode activated.
It tells you that it is in the economic mode, and the ECU now tweaks its settings to give you the highest possible efficiency. Speaking about the efficiency, the ARAI claim has not yet been disclosed, but we are driving the car for more than 30 minutes now, and it is showing me an efficiency close to 12.5 kilometers per liter. These efficiency numbers for this 2-liter engine are truly impressive. After the engine, let's talk about the transmission. The car gets a 6-speed torque converter automatic, or you can choose for a 6-speed manual. The torque converter automatic which I am driving right now is upshifting and downshifting the gears really smoothly, and you do not feel that jerk which the previous generation torque converter automatics used to give. So if you are a person who loves to drive the car in automatic mode, just put the car in drive and let the gearbox do its own upshifting and downshifting, and that gearbox will certainly give you the comfortable and mesmerizing driving experience. But for those people who love to drive the car in manual, all you have to do is shift the gear lever to the left.
Sport drive mode activated.
It will automatically shift itself to sport mode. And now let me just again put my foot down. The engine literally just flies. And even when I was controlling the upshifts through the gear lever, the jerks, the intensity of the jerks was really low. So Tata Motors has certainly worked a lot on this torque converter automatic, and the gearbox, has to be said, is one of my favorite components in the new Safari. Now let's turn our attention towards the brakes. In the new Safari, you get the disc brakes not only on the front but also on the rear. The stopping power achieved from these brakes, has to be said, is really good, and the response time required for the brakes to activate once you put your foot on the pedal is really good. Along with that, the car also gets some of the safety features such as anti-lock braking system, electronic brake distribution, hill descent control, hill hold control, electronic stability program, rollover mitigation, and cornering stability control. Moving from brakes towards the steering, the car gets an electric assist rack and pinion power steering. And I have to say, as I am turning this car through this twisty hard roads, the steering is really smooth, it feels responsive, and it also manages to complement the car's driving pleasure. Like the Harrier, the Safari also has the wheelbase of 2.7 meters, 2.74 meters to be precise, and the turning radius is expected to be the same, around 5.75 meters. So taking a U-turn is not a problem, special thanks to the reverse parking camera that makes the maneuverability very easy. And as I mentioned to you previously, this car just doesn't feel ginormous at all. Now, if I have to nitpick something about the driving, I have to say this steering feels incredibly fast. So as I turn it, you immediately get the feedback from the steering. So if Tata Motors could have managed to give it a touch slower steering, that certainly would have done a better job. After the steering, let's talk about the suspension. The car gets the McPherson strut suspension on the front axle, and as I am taking the car through the pothole right now, I have to say these suspensions manage to handle the bumps and undulations really nicely, and the car literally feels like it is just gliding on the smooth tarmac. Really kudos to these suspension guys. These McPherson struts do handle the bumps and undulations well. However, if you drive the car over the speed breaker or through the pothole at higher speeds, you will certainly feel some amount of thud and slight amount of body roll as you are driving at high speeds. But as I am driving right now at slow speeds at 60 kilometers per hour, these suspensions are really doing a phenomenal job. And now we have some rough patch in front of us, so let's just activate the rough mode.
Rough road mode activated.
The rough road mode is activated, and you can see that the suspensions, yeah, they are doing a pretty good job. You will feel a slight body roll over as you are maneuvering the car through some potholes, but still in the rough mode, the ECU has tweaked the engine settings to deliver the power to the front wheels according to the load. But still, I have to say, on the rough modes as well, these suspensions are mitigating the undulations really nicely. Along with that rough mode, if the tarmac is wet, you can put the car in the wet mode.
Activated.
There it's telling you that wet mode has been activated. In wet mode, the ECU will tweak its settings to give you the maximum possible grip. Same goes with the rough mode, and in the city mode, you can certainly enjoy the car with its potential. In sport mode, you can unleash the beast, and I have to say the driving pleasure on any tarmac is truly great. Now, let's see if I feel the same in the middle row seats and the rearmost seats. Now, I am seated at the back and the rear suspensions are handling the bumps and undulations really nicely. The rear suspensions are the twist blade type suspensions with panhard rod and a coil spring. As the car is right now maneuvering through the potholes, I have to say these suspensions, like the front, also do a pretty great job in mitigating those undulations. But the frequency of the undulations at the rear seats is felt slightly higher only because you are seated close to the rear axle. But still, the comfort which I am getting from these seats is pretty good. Complementing my comfort, this panoramic sunroof which you get in the top end variants certainly makes the cabin feel airy and you feel a lot spacious in the new Safari. Now, the front seats were comfortable, the middle seats are comfortable, but how are the comfort levels at the back? For that, let me just stop over and hop on the rear seat. Now, I am seated in the rearmost seats. These seats do give you the correct and comfortable posture, but the thigh support, as I showed to you previously, is not really that great. But you do not feel claustrophobic in this cabin at all, and two people whose height are below 6 feet can certainly sit comfortably for a reasonable journeys. So now let's pull over again and talk about the things which I loved and the things which need some improvements. Well, that was the complete drive of the new Tata Safari. I personally enjoyed it a lot, but there are some things which I would say need some slight improvements. Number one, the car has a really responsive steering wheel. So if the steering wheel could have been a touch slower, that could have certainly given us a different level of driving pleasure. Don't get me wrong, the driving pleasure which you get from this car is truly great, but still a touch slower steering would have done a better job. And number two, although the third row seating is spacious and you do not feel claustrophobic with two people sitting at the back, the thigh support could have been done slightly better. Keeping the things aside, let's talk about the things which I loved. Number one, as I am standing outside, has to be said, is the design. Boy oh boy, it looks muscular and the name certainly suits the car's looks. Number two, has to be said about the engine. It is peppy and successfully delivers you the power once you put your foot down. Complementing that, the gearbox also shifts the gears really nicely, and the suspension, when driven in normal speeds, mitigate the undulations really well. This car can be enjoyed both off-road and on-road as well. So Tata has given us a good package and certainly upped the game. What do you think about the new Safari? Kindly let me know in the comments down below. That's it for the video then, guys. If you have enjoyed this video, kindly hit that like and subscribe button, as hitting those two buttons gives us a motivation to bring more content for you guys. This is your host Anvay Joshi saying Auf Wiedersehen. Till the next video, request you all to please stay safe and take care. See you.